Hi, Justin. Welcome to Funnel Vision Podcast. I'm excited to have you on today to share your tips and tricks and all of your sales knowledge.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Awesome. So, starting out with the first question here, what is your one go-to tactic for building strong client relationships?
Proactivity. Proactivity. Picking up the phone and calling when nothing is wrong and offering to help and asking what else you can help with. That's it. It's really that simple.
Yeah, that is simple, but it's something that like most people don't always do either. It seems simple, but it's like something that most people don't do. They don't pick up the phone when just to like reach out and say, "Hey, what are you working on?"
Yeah. Yeah. It is the most simple thing. It's not revolutionary by any means, but most people don't do it because they're afraid of bothering someone, of interrupting someone. They don't want to hear from me. They get a ton of calls. What are we going to talk about? So the fear prevents people from taking the actions that drive growth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any advice like if you're calling someone or like calling like a client or a prospect just to like check in, is there like the best way to like start that conversation? Like, hey, just checking in. Like, should you have information to provide them? Like, what's a way to make that easier for people? Because it is like not always easy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first you have to have sort of a mindset shift around understanding the great value that you offer to your clients. And that understanding, that confidence allows you to kind of creates the conditions upon which you can be more proactive. Because if you're not confident in the help that you offer to your clients, then you're always going to be timid. And pushiness doesn't lose business and deals. Timidness does. Silence does. And so lots of times, gosh, I can't tell you how many people I work with who have customers who are just scratching the surface of the work they could be doing together, but the customer actually doesn't even know all the different ways that the vendor, supplier, partner can help them. And so it's simply calling, how are you doing? I've been thinking about you. I'm working with another client that reminds me of you. We're doing some great things I think would benefit from you. What else do you have coming up that I can help you with? Did you know that we also offer X, Y, and Z? And those are the kinds of questions that correlate to growth. And then we all know that referrals are a great way to grow business, and yet we don't ask for them. So who else can I help inside of your company or outside of your company in the ways that I help you? Just having the confidence, but first you have to have the confidence to ask those questions and realize that you're helping. You're not interrupting or being aggressive.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's really helpful for sure. Like just to say, you have to come at it from a place of confidence. Is what you're saying. Like you can't just. If people that are scared to make that call are probably not going to make that call. You've got to come at it with a place of confidence and helping and deepening that relationship.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the best piece of sales advice that you've received throughout your career and how has that changed or shaped your approach?
Honestly, the one, I don't know if it's advice, but a sales mentor of mine said something to me that always has stuck out. It's a top performing sales executive. Your job is to break the company. Meaning bring in so much business that the company breaks as a result. It's just a great mindset because obviously it's a great problem to have, and everyone else will have to figure out how to scale and create systems and processes and hire and automation technology to handle the volume of business that a really great seller is bringing into the company. So just that mindset of I'm going to break the company. It's a great mindset to have to drive the kind of behavior that can result in breaking the company, which everyone wants, right? It's just kind of a cheeky way to say it.
Yeah, exactly. Bring in so much business that we have to change everything in order to keep up, or we have to, grow or figure it out. So yeah, it's always those growing pains are always a good problem to have. When you've got a great salesperson, and that's the reason that you're having growing pains. Awesome. I think lots of companies would love to be in that position.
It's a yacht problem.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. What do you think about like AI and in sales? Like, have you been incorporating AI into your process, and like, how do you see that like changing the future of sales?
I think there are a lot of great AI tools out there. Um, the ones that I've seen and have heard the most positive feedback about are the ones that provide kind of training and insights. So you can kind of scale training and coaching of individual sellers. But a little contrarian, with the advent of so much AI, it's honestly provides people who are scared of the human relationships just another crutch to lean into something that is not about speaking with someone, building a relationship, and the deep-seated fear of rejection that we have when we are quote unquote the dirty word selling as a result of those relationships. So AI, it's all good. It's going to change everything. But I think it just makes those rare and very few companies that prioritize relationships. That's the killer app today. That's what differentiates the winners from the losers. The people who really are proactive about building those
Yeah.
relationships, speaking to customers, prospects, showing up time and time again, always offering help. Right. More
Yeah.
AI, the people who are scared will just lean into that as a crutch.
Yeah, it's for sure. I mean, there's a lot of great tools out there for, for AI within sales, and then of course, like, within recruiting, that we leverage as well throughout our process. But for things like research and, reaching out to people as far as like getting contact information and figuring out where people are working and, what companies are competitors and kind of doing all that like research, but not necessarily using it to build those relationships, right? Like that's still a very human thing, like as far, in sales and also, in recruiting, which is, building those relationships is the core of the business and really the way to get, you know, to make the best of what, what we have, to make the best relationships, long-term relationships and things like that. And so, I agree with you. There's tools that people can use and kind of lean into to shy away from making, good relationships and deepening those relationships, but that's not going to be a great long-term solution. Like it's still all about human to human and those relationships and in our businesses at least.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as long as they're viewed as tools to empower and multiply, to just help grease the skids at creating those relationships. But when they're used to replace the relationships, like I can't tell you how many clients I've talked to, worked with who, their entire way that they grow and nurture relationships is almost completely predicated on email drip marketing and automation. Oh yeah, we have a drip campaign set up, and when you send an email, you volunteer yourself into the trash can, right? You have the same value as all the spam that you get all day, every day. So as a tool, as a way to be kind of accretive to your relationship strategy, but as a way to when AI or any technology replaces those relationships, that's when it's more counterproductive than additive.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree. What do you think is something that a salesperson should stop doing in order to become more successful?
Trying to create the perfect system, the perfect call list, the perfect script, the perfect sequence, the perfect triggers, versus just action, just showing up and swinging the bat. There's no such thing as perfection in all of it. It's all human psychology. It's business, but especially sales. It's just a different way our brains show up. And we'll jump through a million hoops to architect the perfect anything to prevent us or to shield us or protect us from taking the actions that we find so scary. So it doesn't matter. Just show up, swing the bat,
Yeah. Yeah. That
be
reminds me of
proactive.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, something that we think about all the time too. Like, done is better than perfect. Like, you've got to do it. And like, you just like, it's never going to be perfect. There's so many different iterations of whatever you're doing, and you could ways to perfect it, but that's just going to keep you from actually doing whatever it is that you're, should be doing. So done is better than perfect. Get it done. Start, taking those actions and then kind of iterate along the way, but it's never going to be perfect.
Well, it's funny. You said done is better than perfect, right? But I heard dumb, but that applies too. That applies too, because like the top sellers, and trust me, I've been a successful sales executive in my career, and no one would ever call me the smartest guy in the room. But like, if you just blissful ignorance, you go forward, you make the calls, you don't need to have perfection, right? Some of the like when you get too in your head, it prevents you from making the actions you need to. So dumb or done is better than perfect. Both apply.
Yeah, because I mean, yes, I said done, but yeah, dumb works, as well, because it's more about just like, yeah, just taking that leap, right? Like just not worried about, looking dumb is really what it is, right? Like just being able to like take that leap and just be like, I'm going to do this and we'll see how it goes, or and you learn from it as you do it, instead of just waiting until it is perfect to then put it out there. So yeah, I guess both do work.
Yeah.
That's funny. And how about if talking to, thinking about like hiring, salespeople for a business, do you have any like advice or tips that you would use to, really identify those like rock star people?
Honestly, if you had to distill it down to just one, for me, when I've hired sellers in the past, it's just enthusiasm, right? It's just sort of a confidence. If they're excited, because that authenticity comes through, right? All the advanced selling methodologies and tactics and strategies and frameworks, all of that, sure, they can be helpful and useful, but if somebody's authentic and they believe in the products and services they're selling, they're excited about it, and they believe that they can truly help the customer. They're not just trying to close a deal, they're really trying to help. That authenticity shines through, and that's what helps grow. And it also fuels the proactivity, the activity that they need to take to drive success. So yeah, enthusiasm and authenticity.
I love that. And I absolutely agree. Those are being authentic, being enthusiastic, being excited, being, just into it, whatever it is that you're doing, it really does come through. And some of the other things can be taught, right? Like, here's the way we do things, here's our methodology, and here's our process. Like that can all be taught, but you can't really teach someone how to be enthusiastic and authentic and, just who they are and really coming at things with that, like wanting to help and wanting, being excited about a product or service too.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Justin, tell us a little bit about yourself, your background, what you do and where people can find you.
Yeah. Well, thanks for asking. I'm a business coach. I have an entrepreneurial background, right? So my entrepreneurial journey started when I was flipping blow pops in the hallways of my junior high, and ever since then I kind of got the entrepreneurial bug, and I've started companies and launched companies and been at very early stage companies, helped scale and grow them, and along the way I found some tools that I used in my own businesses and were transformational, and so much so that I decided to devote my career to helping other leaders and companies kind of experience the same upgrades to their business and the quality of life. So today I'm an entrepreneurial operating system implementer, or EOS. Use a simple set of practical tools to help entrepreneurial leaders get more of what they want from their business. And I'm also an outgrow advisor, which is a simple system for proactive calls to the people who don't hear from you enough when nothing is wrong. And that's typically your customers, and leveraging those relationships to organically grow the business. So I use Outgrow and EOS to help my companies, my clients, and their leadership teams grow and get everything they want from their business.
That's amazing. And then people can find you. You're on LinkedIn, I assume. And is that the best way for people to reach out to you?
Yeah, I'm on LinkedIn. I post just about every day on all things leadership, growth, entrepreneurship, or they can find me if they just type in Justin Mink and EOS, or Justin Mink and Outgrow, or both. They'll see me all over the place. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you, Justin, for coming on. Appreciate it. And look forward to chatting again soon.
Thanks for having me, Elaine. It was fun.